Hi, I'm Andrew Sokol, and welcome to Step 4 of Local Marketing Domination. Now, by now, you should have dozens, maybe even hundreds of single words or phrases that you got from your keyword research. Now, what we're going to do today is apply those keywords to your website or your blog. There's a little bit of a balancing act, a little bit of judgment that you have to use today because we're going to narrow that list down. What you want to do is find a balance between those words or phrases that a lot of people were searching for versus those words or phrases that had low competition. You remember when we typed the phrases into the Google search bar with quotes, we looked at the number underneath. You want to find a word or a phrase that had a very low number there, balanced against one that people were actually searching for. Now bear this in mind. If you have a local business, there's a very good chance that you don't really need a phrase that got millions of searches. If you're a chiropractor, for example, my guess is that if you added a couple of patients per month to your practice, that would make a big difference in your bottom line. So keep that in mind. You want something that had a reasonable number of searches, but in particular had very low competition, very low search results. Now we're going to apply those words and phrases today to something called your title tag. Now, what is a title tag? Let's take a look. Now here's a website that should look familiar to you. And when I talk about a title tag, what I'm talking about is this area right up here at the very top of the page. This is important because it's the first thing Google looks for when it searches your website. So if Google's looking for it, we want to make sure it's optimized. This is where you want to put your best keyword phrase. Again, a phrase that had fairly high search volume but fairly low search results, fairly low search competition. Now, the question is, how do you get that term right up here? Well, it depends. If you worked with a webmaster who built your website or blog for you using HTML, you'll want to contact them and they'll take care of this for you if they haven't already. If you're comfortable with HTML and you want to do this yourself, you can find the HTML code right up here at the very top of the page where it says title. And in this case, it's local marketing domination. And then these figures and numbers that you see represent punctuation and other attributes, but this is the entire title tag. If this is confusing to you, then you'll probably want to talk to a webmaster or someone who understands HTML. Now, the nice thing about building a website these days is you don't have to know anything about HTML. There are a number of platforms and applications that will allow you to build a beautiful website using very intuitive tools, and what you see is what you get kind of editing software. In fact, I've built several websites that way. One in particular is Yahoo's website building platform called Site Builder. Let me show you what that looks like. Okay, right now we're inside of Yahoo's site building software. This is free software, by the way, that Yahoo gives you when you sign up to have them host a website for you. And this was a website that I built a while back for my consulting services. And what's nice about their system is that it is so easy to use. It makes doing things like your title tag, description, keywords, and other important infrastructure for your website very easy. There's no HTML involved. Your title tag, what we've been talking about, just goes right here in this field. This is where you would put those important keywords that we talked about. Your description, which we're going to talk about in the next video, and other important things right here in this box. You just click OK and you're done. That's all there is to it. Now, if you're interested in using Yahoo as your platform for building your website, let me show you how to get to it. Yahoo is easy to find because all you have to do is type in yahoo.com and it'll take you to their front page. Now, they change their front page from time to time. Obviously, the news and headlines changes, but sometimes they also change their menus. Start by looking here on the left side, and if you don't see anything related to small business or websites, you'll want to scroll down then to the bottom of the page. And let me show you where I am here. so you can see. And if you don't see it here in the menus, then just click on More Services. And right here under Web Hosting, give that a click. And it will take you to a site with lots of information. You can look at features, you can buy, you can see it's relatively inexpensive. And you can get started with a Yahoo website. Now, another web hosting service with an application that's fairly easy to use, fairly easy to build a website with, is Intuit. These are the same people who make TurboTax and other accounting software. Well, they also have very nice website building software and hosting. And if you simply go to intuit.com and click on that website button, it will take you to information about that. These days, more and more sites are being built on the WordPress platform. You know, WordPress began as a blogging platform, but it's become very popular for websites as well. As a matter of fact, Local Marketing Domination is a WordPress website because search engines seem to love WordPress. In addition, their themes or templates have become very beautiful and they're very easy to use. Just like with Yahoo and Intuit, in order to put in title tags and other important information, you simply type the information into certain fields within the template. Now, we can't explain how to build an entire WordPress site today. We'll save that for a future video. But if you're more interested in more information, simply go to wordpress.org. You can read all about it. Plus, you can find tutorials all over the internet. So, whether you're working with a webmaster, working on the HTML by yourself, using an easy-to-use tool like Yahoo or Intuit, or building a site with WordPress, your homework is to take your very best keyword search phrase. Remember, that's a phrase that had fairly good search volume but low search competition. And you're going to put that term into the page title. Once you've done that, go to the next page in your website, put the next best phrase or keyword into that page title. Then go to the next page and take your next best word or phrase and put that into the next page on your website. Now, for each page, you can use one or two different terms. So if you have a 5-page website, for example, by the time you're done, you'll have added 6 to 10 keywords to the different page titles on your website. When you're done doing this, you'll have gone a long way towards optimizing your website and making it much more search engine friendly, giving you a much better chance to getting on the first page of Google. We'll be back in step 5 to tell you what to do next. We'll see you then. Take care. Bye-bye.